So, two topics I wanna touch on. First, well, I'm gonna tell you both of them, right? I guess Quincy Jones wants some of Black Elvis's attention. He gonna get that. And I kind of want to talk about Tom Jones and Elvis Presley. We already did that before. You're right. You know what I'm saying? But something came to my attention. So I want to bring it back to y'all attention. You know what I'm saying? Um, so let's start off with Quincy Jones. If you ask me, there's really not too much to say about that. I didn't already made my point very clear when it comes to this racist shit. Um, so there's really not a whole lot going on there, but we could still talk about Quincy Jones and what he had to say. Now, I'm a man that believes that every man is entitled to their opinion, right? Now, let me go ahead and break something down because I like to break shit down on how my mental is. Because if you let everything get to you, you're going to drive yourself insane. Now, one thing that I teach everybody who's around me, who comes in contact with me, I always teach them one important thing, or try to teach them: don't worry about shit you cannot control. It will drive you crazy. It really will. Um, so Quincy Jones was born. That's what I want to know. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to find out. Quincy Jones was born on March 14th, 1933. I was born in 1991. And I say that to say this: times was very different. Not a whole lot has changed, if you ask me, but times were still different back then, especially with the African American community, black descent, whatever the fuck you want to be called, nigga boys and nigga gals. Um, Times was different. So the reason why I didn't see too much into that is because you just got to put yourself in the shoes of somebody who comes from that background, right? And then you might understand it some more. You know, blacks didn't have it too easy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who's watching this can understand that shit. You might not like it, but it's the truth. You know what I mean? What the fuck does that have to do with Elvis Presley? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. It seems like Quincy took a lot of this aged anger and directed it in my boy's direction. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. Do I think he's wrong? Hell yeah, he's wrong. But who am I to sit here and tell somebody who was born in 1933 how the fuck to feel? I can't do that, nor will I do that. He's entitled to his wrong ass opinion, clearly, um, for whatever the fuck. That's his business. I uh, don't agree with this man, no way, shape, form, nor fashion. And let me remind people, Quincy Jones is the same person who, it wasn't even that long ago that he was talking shit about Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, and one person had said they believe that it's to sit here and stay relevant. Eh, eh, eh. I wouldn't. Eh, relevant. This motherfucker did what he had to do already. Um, his time has came and gone and whatever else the fuck. Uh, I wouldn't say it's to stay relevant. It's just an old ass, wrinkly ass, light skinned raisin. You know what I mean? Bringing up some old shit and trying to see what will stick and what won't stick, and just talking. And that's what old miserable motherfuckers do. They talk. They talk, 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 talk. And all I do is exactly what you should do. You just sit back and eh, you know what I mean? It's not gonna be the last light skin raisin, dark ass raisin, whatever the fuck. It ain't gonna be the last person to sit here and call this man a racist. Quincy Jones is not gonna be the last person coming out the woodworks with this shit once again, with no evidence, with no proof. You know what I'm saying? And I'd have been through the court system. We call that hearsay. You know what I mean? Which you can't use that shit in court. You know what I mean? Because basically it's like, so we supposed to go off of your word, off of what somebody told you, what you think you might have heard, and it got to be an alleged situation. You know what I'm saying? Um, because that defamation of character, there's a whole lot of that shit going on here, if you ask me. So it is what it is. But this, I say, Elvis Presley fans, y'all gonna have to, not you gonna have to, but you should just get the fuck over it. Just get over it. This motherfucker don't know what the fuck he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? And there's only so much you could defend somebody over the same shit. Everybody knows the deal. Everybody knows the deal. I didn't made my cases made on this racism shit. You know what I'm saying? Um and I'm only gonna stick to one argument now when it comes to this racist shit. And here it is. And I'm probably never gonna talk about this racist shit ever again. If the whites did not tear Elvis down, that's proof enough for you. You know what I'm saying? That this man was not a racist. How? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Well, clearly, in the eyes of certain white people, Elvis was a nigga lover. You know what I'm saying? So, what better way to deal with a nigga lover than to, hmm, expose him? You know what I'm saying? If Elvis had those skeletons in his closet, they would have been exposed with the facts because Elvis did not play ball. And when you don't play ball, you know what I'm saying? You have a lot of people coming for your neck, you know? And they would love to have the opportunity to tear this man down because he wouldn't play the kind of ball they wanted him to play. You know what I'm saying? That to me is proof enough. You know what I'm saying? As soon as Elvis started doing and saying, I won't even say saying, but doing certain shit, the certain whites was done with his ass. As far as they concerned, it was fucking Elvis. You know what I mean? Because he had the kindness in his heart to sit here and accept everybody for who they was. And he just wanted to sing, smoke some weed, sign some autographs, you know what I'm saying? And go state to state, whatever. That's all he was worried about. The narrative of the racist shit was out there. He wasn't worried about that shit. And like I said, if he was racist, them white folks would have tore his ass down so motherfucking quick and told him that's what you get. You should have came and played ball with us. Now look at you. You done fucked up because you went against the grain. But nobody from Jet Magazine to the Klan to just basic motherfuckers still cannot tear this man down because the shit is not true. You know what I'm saying? Not true. Hello. It's not true. Like, get the fuck over it. Like, it's just not true. It's just not true. So I didn't made my case before when it came to this shit. So I'm gonna make it very clear, you know what I'm saying, one more time. So let me get real close to this mic. Fuck Quincy Jones. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that nigga. Um, period point blank. And it's just that simple. Now let me go on to the next topic at hand, right? So, I'm trying to do better on my comments and things like that. I'm trying to balance this Patreon. I'm working on this podcast and shit. I'm doing this podcast and this shit now. Because I have a different point of view on things. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been getting into lately, and that's what I be doing. So dealing with my Patreon, I try to keep up with comments and whatnot. But I do see everything. You know what I mean? And I'm watching. I'm watching these two gentlemen go back and forth about Tom Jones and Elvis Presley last week. Um, and one dude is, in my opinion, is being low key cyber aggressive on the Tom Jones tip. You know what I'm saying? I don't see nothing wrong with that though. If you are a big Tom Jones fan, you should be able to say whatever it is that you want to say. It don't matter. You rep your Tom Jones, rep that Delilah shit, rep that whatever it is that you rep. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna have to disagree with what this man was saying. Elvis Presley, I mean Tom Jones is a better singer than Elvis Presley. I'm just gonna have to rudely or politely decline. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's gonna come out of my mouth, but hell to the no. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give you one reason why. One reason why. Um, Poke salad Annie. Poke salad, salad poke. That shit don't grow in the UK. Shout out to the UK. They have some gorgeous women out there. You know what I'm saying? Um, um, and long story short, what I'm saying is a good singer, well, he is a good singer, but a singer knows their lane. You know what I'm saying? A singer knows their lane, right? Right. Elvis does the is he or is he not songs, the black songs, he does those very well. It's not forceful. It's nothing like that. It's real soul, it's a real vibe, you know what I mean? It's really Elvis. That's really him. Now, I have yet to see Elvis force himself in a song situation. Um, if you want to say Elvis ever forced himself in a song situation, it'll be in 77, 76, 77. And I still wouldn't say that was forceful because Elvis still did what Elvis does. You know what I'm saying? But if you know the history, you know what I mean by a forceful situation on the vocals, Elvis really didn't want to be on that stage. He did, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is on that, I suppose. Tom Jones, like, forces himself to do songs that do not fit his voice, does not fit his style. The arrangements on that shit is just like, what in the fuck are you doing? That's like studio time going to waste. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I see it. Studio time going to waste. Does Tom Jones have vocals? Most definitely. He'd whip my ass on any given day, including today. And even when he's not here, I'm pretty sure he'll still beat my ass on the vocals. So I can't compare. But when it comes to the Elvis Presley and the Tom Jones thing, I mean, look, no way, shape, form, nor fashion is this man capable of fucking with Elvis Presley. His range is out of control, and not the bat out of control. Like Tom Jones' range is there. It's crisp, it's clear, it's beautiful. I have no problems with this man besides forcing songs. Now, if you haven't heard "Poke Salad Andy" from Elvis Presley, I mean from Tom Jones, then you should do so. You'll understand what I mean by a forceful situation on the music tip. That shit had no business coming out this man's mouth unless he was singing that shit along, like on the radio or some shit like that. I would rather, um, I mean, because Tony Joe, I think it was it Tony Joe White, Tony White, Tony Joe White. I want to say, that's his song, and that shit really wasn't that bad. But just Elvis whipped his ass. Tony Joe, I like the whole voice, the whole southern twang he had with it. You know where Elvis is from, right? So he can get away with that. It fit him. It just does not fit this man, and that's why I would disqualify him because like you trying to be on everything, and everything just fit Elvis. Everything doesn't fit you, Tom. And your name is Tom. You know what I'm saying? Like that's another thing. Like your name is Tom. Like it's Tom. I'm just saying. Like your name is Tom. Like you take it. If I got any Toms on here, I love you, Tom. The Tom that's watching. But other than that, nigga, your name is Tom. Say that shit 3 times. Tom, Tom, Tom. Say Elvis 3 times. Elvis, Elvis, Elvis. That seems like a good show right there. Elvis, 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 and Tom. 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 Your name is not even Tommy, nigga. It's Tom. Um, with the curly hair. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to the curly hair people, but every time I see somebody that have curly hair, it could be anybody. I just always want to say you curly head fuck just because. I don't know why, you know what I'm saying? But if you ever see me standing around somebody that got curly hair, just know in my head I'd have said that shit about 18,000 times. Like curly head fuck. Her name is probably Tom. That's what I'm gonna start telling these curly head motherfuckers. Excuse my mouth, ladies. Who are here, ladies, excuse me. But Tom, no, like your name is Tom. We just went through this, and you forcing shit that just don't go together. You know what I'm saying? So you should just like knock that shit off. Um, yeah, Elvis don't force shit. It just fits him, and that's just how the game go. So I cannot call this man a better singer than Elvis Presley. I just can't do it. You know, I'm pretty sure somebody out there clearly thinks that, but like I said before, um, I'm gonna say this one more time. If you're listening, Tom Jones rented Tom Jones rented Vegas. Elvis Presley owned that shit.